Hey, David Wygant here, back with Jonathon Aslay, one of my buddies. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, David.
Happy V-Day, a couple of days after V-Day.
Day after V-Day.
Right, day after V-Day. They're going to be listening to this tomorrow, so it's going to be 2 days after V-Day, so it's kind of like time travel for them.
Okay.
But it was, you know what it was? It was called Guilt Get-In last night. Okay, because I'm going to explain why, right? So my daughter and I are in Santa Monica. We painted at the paint lab, which is really super, super cool, right? You know, and then we went to her favorite little restaurant, and then I put Waze on, and Waze said it would take 43 minutes to get home when it should take 21, right? So my girlfriend warned me, who's an LA native, that the worst traffic day of the year in Los Angeles is Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So I finally make it home, and Waze is taking me in 8 million different directions, and it's absolutely brutal. Then I go to her house, and it takes 45 fucking minutes instead of 20, right? I mean, she literally lives in Westwood. It should take 10 when everything is all good.
Yeah.
So I realized why we have traffic get in on Valentine's Day. Because most people in a relationship don't do the daily practice of really gratitude for one another, right? So what they do is they go and buy the 2 dozen flowers at Whole Foods, right, which are only $24 on that day. Then they got to leave the office early because everybody else is leaving the office early because they know that they need to get home in order to pay triple the price at In-N-Out Burger to make their girlfriend or their wife happy. So there was a gridlock in Los Angeles full of guilt-ridden people who were shitty husbands, shitty boyfriends, shitty girlfriends, getting home for Valentine's Day yesterday. That's my take on it.
Well, I'm going to agree in that sadly, there's so much expectation around this day. And men and women are equally guilty of this. And we can go into the micro of all the problems. But the real issue is what you said a moment ago, is that Valentine's Day is every day. Valentine's Day is about love and gratitude. And sadly, it is a Hallmark holiday. But really, when you're in the right relationship, you're appreciating and loving that person every day. You're giving them attention, affection, and appreciation every day. And so the real reminder is not to get into the bullshit about Valentine's Day and really create a rant about Valentine's Day, because I would rather we come from a place of, hey, just love your partner every single day with attention, affection, and appreciation.
I agree.
That's the antidote to the fucked up, to the traffic of Valentine's Day.
I agree. And then there's also some other things going on right now that I decided. There's a new restaurant. There's a new website out called POD. Okay, it's called Plenty of Douchebags, okay? Because there's another thing going on too, because you have what I call the seismic after effects of all the people that are alone on Valentine's Day, because you have this surge of people that want to go and somehow or another fall in love from Christmas to Valentine's Day, because they're already alone for Christmas. So they have this surge of thing, and they get on at the beginning of the year, and they get on stumbling on Bumble, winding on Tinder, okay, because everything is flaky on Tinder. I called it Winder, because it's just full of flakes, right? And then they get on, Plenty of Fish, and we all know that we don't really want to date a fish anyway because they're kind of stinky. And they get on Match.com, or they get on eHarmony and expect some computer to match them. And in reality, what happens around Valentine's Day is that people are alone and they start talking negatively about online dating again. You start hearing about all the douchebags. I was on the phone with a friend of mine today, and she's like, so many fucking douchebags online. It's unbelievable. So I said, well, obviously that's what you're attracting. You need to get on POD, Plenty of Douchebags. That way, then you can just attract what you're putting out there. So it's the expectations that I think people are having as well. Nobody wants to go into the Tom Brady way, the long haul.
Okay, so I want to jump in because you were right. But David, I say this with a lot of love towards you, okay? Because you have your chip on your shoulder over this. And what I would like you to do for one moment is have compassion for everybody that is in this matrix of crap centered around, I need a relationship to be happy. Let's just have compassion for all those people, myself included and yourself included at times, okay? We are equally
Never. I'm an equal opportunity.
Oh my God, you have some of that in you, and if you're lying, otherwise.
Maybe 1%. Okay, you know.
You have it 1%. I've got it too. But what that is let's have compassion for everybody and ourselves. Now, let's talk about the antidote rather than the issue. The antidote is to step into your power. And if you're going to use a vehicle like an online dating site, and quite frankly, it's a portal to meet people you wouldn't otherwise meet in your daily life. And for those who remember the movie Sleepless in Seattle, there is a line that says, it is easier to get hit by lightning to find a mate if you're over 40. This is pre-online dating. Now we have a portal to meet new people. That's all it is. So here's the real question. Why does an individual who claims, I use the word claims, wants a relationship, puts together a really fucking shitty profile? And please excuse my friend.
Okay, wait. Okay, I want to jump in on this, okay? Because I'm 100% with you on this sense, okay? It is a portal, okay? And I agree. The problem is some people jump into a time machine that's a 91 Ford Focus, okay? So what happens is, you're right, they go into this online dating thing, and that's the reason why it's plenty of douchebags, is that there's something called dog years and human years, right? And then all of a sudden, since online dating was created, there's internet years and regular years, right? And you're 100% true. Like a friend of mine who's in our age range can't get a fucking bite on Bumble. Why? Because the women that are 47 years old have a cutoff of 49. They don't want to go to 53, you know? And the fact is, half those women that are 47 are actually 41. So the thing is that everybody is everybody feels the need to misrepresent.
You're looking at it from the micro again. What I want to come back is to the individual.
Okay.
If you post 6 quality photographs on your Bumble profile, you actually take the time to write a few good sentences. That's all, if you were going to use this portal. But when I say 6 quality, they don't have to be professionally done, but they're quality photographs. Because here's the reality. You need to be seen by single eligible people. If your photographs look like this, and look like this, and look like this, and look like this, and they've got the little Snapchat crap on the ears and stuff like that, that's not going to be Snapchat crap. You're not going to attract what you desire. So it starts from within. It starts by putting together a good profile. Now that has to imply that you're healthy as a human being if you've done that. Because if you're putting out crap, that really kind of says is, I'm looking for a crappy relationship. So, because everybody who has quality photographs gets better attention. And guess what? The douchebags don't swipe crap or quality. That's the one thing. Douchebag, for those ladies that are watching, let me just tell you, players and immature people, when they see a quality photograph, they actually, if they're not ready for a relationship, they swipe left. They don't swipe right. Only the relationship-ready men swipe those quality women.
You know, I'm going to say something to you, which is really interesting. I call it the "Hey douchebag" profile. Yeah. It's the woman that throws the negative words out. You're 100% right. She shows skydiving. She doesn't put a picture of her body up there at all, right? She shaves a couple of years of age off. You know, a couple.
Don't worry about that because we all do it. And then they go, "You must be 6 foot tall or taller."
Right. You must be 6 foot tall or taller. No douchebags, no players, no one-night stands. If you voted for Trump, you know, and they put in all this stuff. So what happens is that a man who's a high vibrational man, a man who's actually fucking done his work on himself, a man that wants a relationship because he wants a healthy relationship is going to look at you and say, you unhealthy douchebag bitch, I am not going to fucking swipe on you. But what will prey on you is the really cheesy guy. Okay,
the enlightened man would never say that. The enlightened man would have compassion for the lack of effort and say, I wish you well on your journey. That's what the enlightened man would do. But let me just say that's how I would approach it.
No, I'm an enlightened New Yorker. That's California, New York.
Yeah, well, we Californians are a little bit more airy-fairy than you New York.
Yes, I will look at them and just go, you know, what a bitch, man. There's no
but here's the thing, David. I want to talk to you, my friend, because that's a chip on your shoulder. Let's start coming at this from a place of love. If you really want to change the planet, everybody who's listening to this, if you really want to change the planet, tough love isn't the answer. Genuine, compassionate love is the answer. And I know it goes against your New York brain waves and whatnot. But
I'm having a malfunction right now.
Okay? I know. That is tough for you. because you're more intellectual based than feeling based. Okay, we in LA are a little bit more into our feelings. Oh, by the way, and that is such a crock of shit. I'm making that up because New York people are fantastic too.
We are. We're real feelings. LA people.
No, you're real. Angry feelings is what it is.
Yeah, but that's all part of the range of emotions. Anger is a feeling.
Right, but let's get
California angry. It doesn't work.
Let's get real here for a moment.
All right, let's get real.
You know what? Men and women, you have a choice. It's simple. It's binary. You either can put something quality out there and put in amazing effort, or you can put in crappy effort. It's binary. There is no in between. And when you put quality effort out there, you're going to start to see quality results. Okay? And all the douchebags don't matter. All the flaky Snapchat doesn't matter. When you start putting in quality effort, you will get quality results.
I agree. And that's all there is. And that's with compassion. I mean, the thing is, we in New York, we look at a shitty profile and we go, the old Italian guys go, forget about it. You know, what the fuck? Forget about it. What a bitch, you know? But it's like, it's the bottom line. And what we're really trying to tell you in your reality here is that you get what you put out. You truly do. If you're going to put the, hey, douchebag profile out, you're going to get the douchebag. If you put the, you know, hey, I'm looking for love and I'm looking for a relationship, the douchebag is going to look at that and go, oh God, I can't deal with that stuff. It's like
they want low-hanging fruit.
Right. They're looking for low-hanging fruit. So the thing is, it all starts with not having a timeline. There is no timeline to a relationship. You can't wake up in the beginning of January and say, I want to meet someone by Valentine's Day and then quit Valentine's Day, because the thing is, if you look at it, there's a great documentary called Tom versus Time. Have you watched that on?
No, I haven't seen it, but I'm going to Google it when we're done.
Okay, so watch that. We all need to take the timeline, and we need to realize that time is not our enemy when it comes down to meeting. It doesn't matter if you're a 60-year-old woman or a 45-year-old guy. It doesn't matter if you're a 37-year-old woman and your biological clock is ticking. Realize you have time. If you give it the time, you will attract the right person, because your attitude and energy will be open and not full of anxiety. And I think that's what we have. And that's why people are getting on the website.
Yeah, but we can go into a deeper conversation here, because David, truthfully, you know, many of us have deep-seated childhood wounds. It takes some real deep effort to work within. As you know, I've gone through the Hoffman process, which is an amazing inner child workshop. And ladies and men who've never heard of this before, Google it, because I've shed years of crap off my life by going through this process. And I no longer approach life as a victim. Sadly, 99% of Americans are sucking on the nipple of victimhood. That is the real enemy, is when you come from it, it's somebody else's fault. When you take personal responsibility for your choices, that is when your life changes. So we can really, it's not even about the photographs on Bumble. It's about taking responsibility of your self-love. And the minute you do that, the doors, the floodgates open like you can't imagine when you take responsibility for your life.
Oh, that is so good. Sucking on the nipple of victimhood. That might be the best statement. So I didn't do the Hoffman process, but I've done the David process and the Seinfeld process. So that's where I come from, you know. So I do believe that a lot of people are victims, and I see that, and I try.
No, not a lot. 99%.
99%. And I try to have compassion when someone gives me their victim story. But part of coaching, as you know, our job is to get them out of victim story and to create a new powerful story. Anyway, man, we're out of time.
Yes.
That was fucking fantastic. Sucking on the nipple of victimhood. Wow, that could be the greatest title I think that I've ever had on the Reality Check. Jonathon, how can we get...
I can't take credit. I heard it from someone else. So
that's okay. We're going to steal it right now. And if someone comes after us, great, whatever. So anyway, how can people reach you?
They could just Google my name. Last name is spelled A-S-L-A-Y. You'll find a gazillion things about me. Click on one of them and you can learn a ton more.
Cool, man. We'll bring you back as always. The rest of you, please pass this podcast on to anybody who's sucking on the nipple of victimhood. And if it's yourself who's sucking on the nipple of victimhood, I strongly suggest you start hiring a coach. Jonathon and I work with you. If you live in LA, Jonathon works hand in hand.
I work worldwide.
And Jonathon works worldwide via Skype. I will hold your hand in LA, and I work worldwide too. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow on the Reality Check.